Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is My Sister's Couch episode 3, and we were off last week because we were on vacation, and we had a great time. That's why we're both so tan, is because we're sun-kissed goddesses.
And not because I got a spray tan.
Definitely not because of spray tan. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. If this is your third week or if this is your first week, we appreciate you tuning into the pod. And honestly, from a zillennial, annoying girl standpoint, this entire week from a pop culture perspective has been giving me whiplash. There has been so much going on, so we have a lot to unpack as well as...
It's going to be a pop culture heavy episode, I hear.
Yes, 100%. And then we are going to conclude the pod by talking about some updates from Big Brother and sort of our thoughts on that. So yeah, let's get started. And for to drink?
Oh, yeah.
Moscow Mule.
Cheers! Love those young men.
Me too. I want to go to Chili's with those guys so bad.
I know. Insert their usernames here. We love you. I'm forgetting your name, but...
Jackson
and Cameron? No. Jackson and husband, we love you.
Jackson and husband.
We want to go to Chili's.
We want to go to Chili's with you.
So really, like, first things first, hot off the press... Big news in the Swiftyverse.
Massive news in the Taylor Swift Cinematic Universe of America. TS12 has been announced.
As we speak, the New Heights podcast is like dropping.
Yes. As we're recording this on August 13th, it is currently being dropped. So people are listening for the first time to the podcast and hearing Taylor explain about the new album, which is called The Life of a Showgirl.
Yes. Yay.
And I'm so excited. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm very excited. I love a, like, new era. I love, like, a new aesthetic. Something I think that's tea is this one is actually not produced by Jack Antonoff, which is a switch from, like, the last decade, basically, of Taylor Swift songs. I think, what was it? The last one was Reputation? 1989?
I think Reputation had a mix of both Jack Antonoff and the
other two guys.
The guys that are producing most of the songs on this new album also produced some of the songs on Reputation as well. But since Reputation, it's been just Jack Antonoff because we also know from the iconic Getaway Car, like, a video where they're like, met you in the hotel bar. And then at the same time, they're like, put the money in a bag and I stole the key. That was the last time you ever saw me. You know that video of Taylor and Jack Antonoff? So that was Reputation. So ever since
But that was an Antonoff.
That was an Antonoff. Yeah. But it was a mixie.
Okay. Yeah, the guys' names are, I just looked it up because we're not doing the thing we did last week.
Well, no promises. We're going to try.
Where we just make stuff up and then their names are wrong and then we just sit here in silence trying to guess their names.
Or like, you know, that guy.
Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff.
Okay, so this producer duo, Max Martin and Shellback. One name guy, Shellback. So yeah. I'm definitely excited about that because I, in my old age, have really become a 1989 girly, and I was a freshman in college when that album came out, so I honestly had kind of, like, blank space, gives me a little bit of, like, PTSD, like, war flashbacks a little bit.
Sure.
So it took me a minute to get back into 1989, but yeah, I love, like, the pop... I don't know why I did that with my hands.
As Lizzie McGuire would say, windows down, playing music, putting on your lip gloss kind of music.
Precisely.
No, I totally agree. And I've been seeing comments on Instagrams about this topic being like, thank God now we can have Taylor's music with drums again.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I love me some Jack Antonoff.
Yeah.
I am a Jack Antonoff girly. I love the Bleachers. I love 1975. I love that sort of era, that pop music sound. We're fans of the podcast. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
However, I do think in the last couple albums, specifically Torture Poets Department, there were so many songs that could have been improved by just like
a drum,
a little bit of drum, or just a little bit of like something with some like chutzpah,
a little something.
a little something.
That's actually kind of I mean, this is like a controversial thing. So again, the community, I'm afraid to speak out on this topic because I know it's a passionate community. Including my family might come for me in this. TTPD. Is that the acronym?
Yes.
TTPD, in my opinion, felt slightly underproduced. There were a lot of songs, some bangers. Guilty as Sin is like a top 5 Taylor Swift song for me.
It's one of the best pop songs in the last like 5 years, I
agree.
think. So good.
But to me, it's like, I don't know, like it could have benefited from a drum. It could have benefited from like just a couple more iterations of something, like just another couple of like harmonies. Like, I don't know, the songs were just very simple, which I'm sure is the point of them, but yeah.
It did feel a little underproduced at times, but I would argue, and I agree with you, specifically the Black Dog. If you hear the song The Black Dog with drums, I mean, it's like you just like ascend. Like it needed just a drum set. Like that's just the fact of it. However, I think that probably was the intention because of it's supposed to be like just like somebody writing sort of like brain dumpy poems and like thoughts, and this was like her album of healing after Joe and after
that's true.
Maddie Healy and all was wankers. And it's supposed to, I think, sort of be almost brain dumpy.
It's very stripped down.
Very stripped down, very like Coming After Midnights, which was like very like synthy and like all the things. I think Torture Poets Department is very... she just, I think, wanted to like publish her writings, and this was like a way to do it. But I think Life of a Showgirl is going to be pop music, bestie. Like, it's going to be poppy. The title track is featuring Sabrina Carpenter. The aesthetic already, my main takeaway is I am excited about the aesthetic. I love the glitz and the glamour, the showgirl of it all. I think it's going to be really cool to hear, like, her interpretation of, like, the whole thing, I think, is going to be showing, like, the duality of, like, going on eras and doing, like, a historical run. Years of touring. The biggest tour that has ever happened on Earth. And the duality of that and everything going on in her personal life while she's literally being, like, the most important pop star of our time. And, like, diving into that, like, that is the life of a showgirl. I think that's going to be tea.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking up the aesthetic. Orange and green, spicy, we love. I saw somewhere that, you know, she's reclaiming the color orange.
Yes.
From other individuals in our country who I've been identified with that color for a while.
And also other individuals from her personal past who also have albums that start with The Life of. Did you see that about Kanye?
Did see that. Yeah.
I think that is actually so iconically hilarious.
Yeah, she's petty.
She's so petty.
Yeah.
And like the whole like the clock thing. Remember that whole theory and how at the top in orange it said karma? Yeah. So everybody thought that TS12 was going to be called Karma. Oh, but everyone's like...
But it is the karma.
It is the karma.
Yes.
And I'm like, her mind, I literally cannot... The fact that you're going to search up The Life of and that certain individual song will not show up for likely a page or two. It's just so petty.
This is my other thought. Like, get the Swifties...
in the FBI.
In the FBI. Get the Swifties into some databases.
Yes.
Get them access to, like, a computer with stuff on it.
Get them access to, like, some databases that, like, have like criminals, let them loose in the FBI headquarters, and all crimes would be solved within the hour.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I identify as a Swiftie. But then I meet other Swifties and I'm like, damn, you guys be paying attention.
They really do be paying attention.
I'm just like a vibes. I'm like here for the vibes. But they're here for like, did you know? 3 years ago, she wore an outfit with orange and green striped. October 3rd is National Plaid Day.
Yeah.
Did she plan 3 years ago that Taylor Swift 12 would be launched on October 3rd? Like, maybe. But that's crazy that you guys knew that.
Yeah. I will say...
So this means that someone had to be Googling National Plaid Day and putting the pieces together.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I will also say that the craziest, like, foreshadowing or Easter egg that I saw that Taylor did, besides, like, the whole karma is orange, whatever, that whole thing, was in the Anti-Hero music video, how it's like two depictions of Taylor. It's like a sort of stripped down version of herself and then like the anti-hero version of her. And the real version of her is like wearing literally like a white slip dress, no makeup, like nothing. The anti-hero version of her is in an orange and green corset with green knee-high boots and the whole makeup all done up. And the whole time it's like, oh, that's Tortured Poets Department and the Showgirl. It's her Tortured Poet and her Showgirl.
I just got chills.
And, like, that was the most, like, holy moly, she is just so far ahead of, like, her own self. Like, I wonder, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, when she does things like this.
Yeah.
Did she look at that music video and be like, maybe I should make my album this? Or when she was doing the Anti-Hero music video for Midnights in 2022... did she think, okay, TS12 is going to be this, like, glitzy, glammy, Torture Poets Department is going to be this, like, stripped down, whatever? I don't know.
I don't know either. I wouldn't put it past her.
Blondie, you sneaky bitch. And we love you for it.
You've got a crazy mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing before we move on, from the topic of Taylor Swift, do you have any thoughts on her choosing to kind of like leverage Travis and Jason and their podcast, the New Heights podcast, to kind of like unveil this information? Because I have a question.
Sure.
For her, I guess.
Taylor, since we know that you listen to the podcast.
We know, like, only 2 people listen to this podcast.
One is our brother. Shout out Jack. We love you.
Shout out Jack. You must be the other one.
Yeah, it must be Taylor. Our 3 combined streamed hours of listening, one is our brother and one is Taylor fucking Swift.
Yeah, period.
Pretty sure. Go ahead.
Taylor, sound off in the comments. You mentioned that, I don't know, I'm directly addressing her, I'm scared now. You mentioned that in the New Heights, like, promo, she was like, oh, you know, I know, like, a lot of men or, like, people who consume football content, you know, are big fans of, like, Travis and Jason, and like, she was kind of insinuating that she was kind of, like, reclaiming the space and being like, everyone was so mad that I would come to your games and they would show me on TV. So here I am kind of like saying, like, screw you, I'm gonna be here anyway. And to that I would say the only people I know who are fans of Travis and Jason are 45 to 65-year-old women.
Yes.
Do they have male fans?
I presume, okay, first of all, excellent point, because I know 2 people who listen to the New Heights podcast religiously. One is my mom, and one is Chris's mom, both of that demographic. So, I'm not sure, because my perspective, my knowledge of people who listen to New Heights is...
We could be skewed.
We're thinking, we have the Philadelphia area mom lens on. We don't know if across the country, also who knows what the moms in Kansas City are doing, because I'm sure half of their listeners are Chiefs fans. Maybe there's a ton of young Kansas City men.
I'm sure there's a lot of 45 to 65-year-old women in Kansas City who also listen to the
probably,
New Heights podcast.
I assume that she, they look at their list. I assume she would double check that before saying that to make sure that it's actually, like, angry men that are listening and not just, like, literally Beth Beck. Shout out to Mom. But, yeah, it's a good point. Chris actually brought that up to me today. He was, like, pretty sure it's not, like, young men that are mad at Taylor Swift who listen to New Heights. It's, like, moms.
That's all I'm saying is, like, I want to see the analytics on that.
Let's see the data.
I would love to see the data.
Let's pull the reports. We know you have them, New Heights.
So there's no, like, I guess there's no, like, real takeaway from that, but I did think it was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm so here for the sentiment. I think the people who are, like, so mad about Taylor Swift being shown while at Chiefs games.
Therapy.
Are freaks.
Therapy.
If you're mad about it, like, go outside and touch grass. Because that's so weird. Like, she's one of the most famous people in the whole world. They show famous people on the sidelines of games.
How many times did they show Timothée Chalamet during the NBA playoffs? At the Knicks games.
At every Knicks game.
By the way, every time a good play happened. And nobody was complaining. And he's not even dating one of the players.
And Taylor Swift is way more famous than Timothée Chalamet.
So, that narrative, those people that were literally screaming on the news, they need to check in. They need to...
Like, literally grow up.
They need to get a grip.
And get a grip.
And they need to get a grip.
So I'm riding for my girl. Don't get me wrong. Those people are weird and need a hobby.
Yeah.
That being said, I was curious to know if anyone listens to the New Heights podcast.
If you listen to
women,
New Heights and you are not a 50 to 60-year-old mom of 3, please let us know. Because
if you're a man or under the age of 40 and you listen, let me know.
Let us know. Because prove us wrong, by the way. Prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Our sound producer had to quickly be let out to use the restroom.
Yeah, she needed to use the facilities.
She had to use the facilities.
One last thing on Taylor and Travis before we move on. Our cousin Abby, who's really funny, sent a meme and said, "I do fear Travis and Taylor are giving," and sends a meme of Tarzan and Jane.
No!
I do fear he is, like, just, like, a good vibes.
He knows how to ball and
I'm sure she knows a lot of words that he doesn't know what they mean.
No, like, that, he said that on podcasts before, that he has to break out, like, the thesaurus, like, when they hang out.
Oh, God bless him.
God bless him. And we love a himbo. Friend of the channel. But he truly knows how to ball, and she truly knows Aristotle. And that's about it.
The Maddie Healy to Travis Kelce pipeline, they're two extremes on the himbo to pretentious D-bag continuum.
By the way, on that continuum, I am so far pro the himbo.
Yeah.
Because the pretentious D-bag of it all, and I fear that Joe Alwyn also fits into the pretentious D-bag. Her only successful relationships, though, have been on the himbo end, because her last successful relationship where they actually are on good terms and they're friends, Taylor Lautner, also sits a certain area on the spectrum.
He's himbo leaning.
Himbo leaning, yeah, he is. And we love Taylor Lautner.
Oh.
And his wife, Taylor Lautner.
Yeah,
friend
we love
of the podcast.
Taylors.
If you guys want to come on the pod, by the way,
my God.
you'd be more than welcome.
Lautners, come through.
That would be our dream guest, by the way, Lautners, if you're listening.
Okay, you know how we'd, like, love to talk about, like, people we think who are, like, realistic gets?
Do you think they're a realistic guest?
I think the Lautners might be realistic gets.
Oh my God. I would literally shit my pants if we had Jacob himself sitting on our couch.
I would also be shitting my pants. I'd be kicking and screaming my feet.
I would, and I love Taylor Lautner, the wife Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
I love both of them. Okay, well, maybe one day when we're rich and famous, we can edit, like, a little clip and be like, oh my God, I would shit my pants, and then to us.
Yes, oh my gosh. Cut to us in 3 years with the Lautners. And then it's, like, fades to black.
We are now going to be moving on to our next topic.
Yeah.
And the next topic at hand is the Jonas Brothers.
Another realistic get for the podcast, in my opinion.
Frankie.
Bonus Jonas.
Jonas. I think he goes by Franklin now.
Oh, he's doing, like, government.
Yeah. So,
government names.
realistic guest for the podcast?
Franklin Bonus
T.
Jonas.
Jonas.
Franklin, if you're listening, we'd love to have you.
The DMs are open.
We will come to you. I will come to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, gladly. Gladly.
We could sit, like, we could do like a little like maybe like an espresso outside. We could go thrifting, which people in Brooklyn do.
Go thrifting, go to record shops, get a tattoo, get an ironic haircut.
Drink
matcha.
We could drink like a PBR and like smoke a cigarette.
Oh my god, we love cigarettes. We love drinking beer and cigarettes.
Okay, so Frankie, if you're listening, we want to hang out with you in Brooklyn. Anyway. We are going to the Jonas Brothers concert tomorrow. And the internet has been all the buzz. Mm-hmm. At least my side of the internet has been all the buzz of the New Jersey, like, MetLife shows.
Yes.
And I just, like, if we don't get someone good, a guest, I'm going to scream.
So they brought out two, at least from what I have seen, they have brought out two guest stars at their MetLife shows. One being Jesse McCartney, in which the Jonas Brothers and Jesse McCartney sang a beautiful... I was just actually spitting down my chin. In which the Jonas Brothers and Jesse McCartney sang Beautiful Soul, which... Like, literally, if I would have been, like, Jesse McCartney's my first CD, and Jonas Brothers was maybe, like, my third CD, and Taylor Swift Fearless was my second. So those are my sort of big three of my childhood.
The Holy Trinity, some might say.
I would have legitimately passed away. So they had Jesse McCartney, and then the creme de la creme, they bring out Demi Lovato, and they sing Camp Rock, and...
Demi looks amazing.
Joe just couldn't look better.
And you know what? They sound great.
They sound amazing together.
Yeah.
They look amazing. Demi's voice, like, is so strong. Like, so distinct and, like, just, like, powerful. Mm-hmm. And I just... Effortless, yeah. And then at the end of the concert, they had the whole family on the stage.
Oh, my...
And they sang When You Look Me in the Eyes.
And... Mama Jonas was signing, and Papa Jonas was on the keys.
Oh, and Kevin's daughters.
Yeah, the little girls were out there with their uncles and dad.
So special.
So sweet.
So we're really looking forward to that.
And we're really hoping that we get a good guest. Do you have any guesses? Like, do you think that they will bring someone out?
I hope. Do you have any thoughts? Any guesses?
I think so too, because it's not like I saw Demi say in an interview that they flew out for this, and so
that Demi was just there for the show.
Yeah, and then I think Demi was on like not the toast, the toast, and like some other things like to make it worth the trip. Sure. But specifically,
I think Demi can afford it.
Yeah, specifically they came for the concert, and so if like Demi's flying across the country, like. Odds are, like, maybe someone else will fly. Maybe. They don't have to, like, be based here, you know?
Yeah. What if Taylor came out?
Bro.
That's not gonna happen. But what if, like, we had a Joe and Taylor? Like, what if it's like, oh, we're going through Joe's exes?
What if they sing, like, what? They dated, no?
They did. Most of Fearless is about Joe Jonas.
Oh, my God, what song?
Goodbye.
I just got chills. What would they sing?
They could sing, what is that song? Once upon a time, I believe it was a Tuesday when I caught you.
And I've been singing and crying and kissing
in the rain, and it's 2 a.m. and I'm cursing your name. Or they could do
Back to December. It's not about him.
That's about Taylor.
Longer. I could see them doing that duo because I feel like they'd want to do the radio hits.
Yeah. Although I will say that she is good friends with Sophie Turner, so that probably won't happen. Because you know how in Invisible String she says like now she sends their daughters babies or.
That'd be weird.
She says in Invisible String, now I send their daughter presents or whatever. Like she was like in
You got it. I know what you're referring to.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You don't have to keep re-saying the lyric. I know the lyric.
But I keep getting it wrong. Cold was the steel of my axe to grind for the boys who broke my heart. Now I send their babies presents. Thank you. Anyways, back to it.
Is there anyone else that you think, besides, because I agree with you, I don't think Taylor's going to come, but anyone else? That would be a huge get.
That would be insane. I'm trying to think of who else was in that, like, Disney era with them.
Oh my God, what if Miley?
If Miley came out, I would actually see, I think I would rather see Miley than Taylor.
Would you faint?
If Miley came out and they sang Love Bug together, Nick and her.
Yeah. And that would be reasonable.
I don't think it's reasonable, but that would be crazy. I was like, maybe like Allison Stoner. Like, maybe they'll do like a camp rock revival.
Does Allison sing?
No. Remember, she does the...
She goes...
Wow, she's really good.
Yahoo!
Bruh.
Sorry.
That's gonna go crazy on the audio only.
Yeah, just us going. Okay. I forgot we have not filmed one.
I know.
Full.
Maybe this will be our first one on YouTube, so if this is the first one on YouTube. Okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of that era of Disney, like, if they brought out, like, somebody from that era. But then I'm also, like, they have done famous stuff since. So I'm like, maybe they'll just bring out some, like, obscure, like, oh, it's his bandmates from, like, Cake by the Ocean. Yeah, like, someone like that.
But I feel like they're really tapping into nostalgia, though, with the Jessie McCartney.
I'm like, what if it's, like, a Hilary Duff? What if it's a Raven Simone?
Oh, wow.
Like, something like that. I mean, that would be iconic. All of the above would be iconic. But I feel like that maybe was actually a little bit before them in the Disney Channel, like, time frame. Because Selena, I mean, that would be crazy, but...
Selena, I could see, Miley. Like, Miley seems the most... But that
would be crazy.
She's so famous.
I really just think, when I think of that era of Disney, I think of the, like, PSA, environmental PSA that they did. That was like, it's one little action, a chain reaction will never start. Make it strong, shine a light and send it on. But I think of those six.
I'm Googling who else was in that.
It's the Jonas Brothers, all three of them. Demi, Selena, and Miley.
That's it?
Dream blunt rotation. Yes. Yeah. They're the only three, like, there's no other boys. It's just all three Joe Bros, and then minus Frankie. Minus Franklin. And then...
Our king.
Demi, Miley, and Selena. So, stay tuned.
So, next topic, I guess we'll see what happens with the Jonas Brothers concert. Hopefully we get someone good. I think the next thing we have to talk about is I did read a book, so I can briefly kind of just, like, give that a little shout out. I honestly will probably spend, like, 2 minutes talking about it because I don't have that much to say, but just we'll give it a little shout out and then maybe we can get into BB.
Okay, what is the book? What's the genre?
So the book is called So Happy Together. The genre is thriller. And I would say the vibe is very similar to if you've ever watched the show You on Netflix.
Yes.
Where Dan...
Penn Badgley,
also known as Dan from Gossip Girl,
yes, is
basically, like, stalking women and kind of, like, making up things in their head, and then they end up dating, and it's, like, from his perspective, so there's, like, sort of an internal monologue, and you're kind of, like, inside the head of, like,
a crazy
guy. So it's a very similar thing where, like, it's an unreliable narrator, and they clearly have, like, some weird kind of stalkerish tendencies. So the beginning was really good. It does, like, a really good job of kind of setting up that premise, and, like, the exposition is really good, introducing the characters. For me, it kind of, like, the resolution of it was extremely rushed.
What happened? Oh, is it, well, we probably can't say that.
I don't know. I'm not going to spoil it.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to give spoilers, but basically, like, you're not sure, like, who the bad guy is, and it ends up being, in my opinion, someone unexpected. And I just would have loved to have, like, learned a little bit more. The whole thing kind of wrapped up in, like, 30 pages, and, like, I feel like the build-up was so much longer than that. So, I don't know. I feel like the book could have been longer, or, like, I don't know, the pacing was off.
Yeah.
But it's really good if you're just looking for, like, a really quick, like, beach read. I would really recommend. Insert cover. So Happy Together.
Also, if you're looking for another thriller recommendation, mine would be huge friend of the channel. Massive. She's gone triple platinum in my brain and in this home. My queen, Lisa Jewell, friend of the channel. We love her. I love her. Jewel does as well. If you're in the mood for a thriller, if you read that and you are wanting more, Lisa Jewell is such a good author, I think, and all of her books, like, you will literally, like, zoom through.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because they're not, like, it's not, like, as, like, gory or, like, scary as some other, like, thrillers. It's definitely more, like, family,
Slow
like,
burn.
psychological, like, slow burn, but, like, somehow you're, like, zooming through it because you just need to know what happened next. So that would be my recommendation if you're also looking for that genre. Insert Lisa Jewell. So I think we're going to wrap up today's episode by talking a little bit about Big Brother. And we haven't filmed in the past 2 weeks because, like I said, we were on vacation. So there was a lot to catch up on in Big Brother. And Jewel, do you have a summary from our good friend Chat Patrick Joseph James? Our good friend Chat Peter Johnson.
Keep going.
Our good friend Chat.
Why are you ending it with a J? It has to end with a T. It's not
no.
It's not Chat GPJ.
Okay, never mind. So, Jewel, do you have a summary that you can ask from our good friend Chat Patrick
Yeah.
Thompson?
So 2 weeks ago, just kind of catching everyone up, everyone's cowboy sweetheart, Riley, won head of household. And not long after, Mickey used her, like, secret power to take over the head of household for the week. She nominated Keanu, Kelly, and Riley. Keanu won the power of veto and saved himself. And then in sort of a shocking turn of events, to replace Keanu, Mickey nominated Jimmy.
Yeah.
Our fingerless gloved king.
Our shorts with a tuxedo top friend.
Our touch of gray.
Our touch of gray king.
Yeah. And so, kind of like I think Riley ended up winning, like, the
Blockbuster challenge or whatever, yeah.
And so at the end, it was Kelly and Jimmy up on the block. And Jimmy ended up getting evicted. And he didn't speak to anyone. He just stormed out.
He spoke to Rachel, who was one of the votes. There were
and
two
he gave
votes.
Ashley a hug, no?
And Ashley, because she also voted to keep him, even though she tried to rescind her vote.
I've never seen that before.
I haven't either. And Julie was like,
she was like, no.
Can't do that.
She's like, nuh-uh.
Can't do that. Yeah, a big plot twist for the week. I was shocked by that. But also, I said this to Julia. I was like, the Big Brother is Big Brothering this season. People are using things. People are backstabbing. Mickey was in a known final three with Jimmy until literally the second she put him on the block.
Kind of a crazy move.
It was crazy, but, like, she said it after the fact. She was like, honestly, like, I can now say that I took out this crazy good player. She's like, separate from anything else, like, I took out a huge threat in the house. And I'm like, you're completely right. You did.
Yep. Yeah, I think something about, like, the format, maybe, of, like, nominating 3 people and then having 2 opportunities for themselves to get taken off the block. I feel like that, like, how the week starts is never how the week ends.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think another takeaway I was not expecting was that I had a grand total of 0 thoughts about Riley, the cowboy, until that week of Big Brother. 0. I didn't even know his name. I knew he was, like, a tall, skinny cowboy guy. And I ended the week being, like, literally such a
Riley
stan.
stan.
Such a Riley stan. And such, like, I'm, like, literally giggling and kicking my feet watching him and Kat, like, with their little showmans. I'm like, like, I became such a stan.
Yeah.
They came out of nowhere, and now I'm like, oh. Like, I love the showmances on Big Brother because so many relationships actually come out of the show. And I just, like, it's just sweet. You're seeing people, like, fall in love with each other. And I just have been eating, like, that whole plot line up. Every time they show them, I'm like, you're like, so I've been loving that.
I agree.
Okay, one last thought about that week was that, can we give Kelly a break? Can we just give her a break?
This poor girl is crashing
having
out.
a full-blown breakdown throughout the entire week. She ended up, again, she has 9 lives. She ended up being totally fine in the end. But, dear God, she's been on the block every single week.
Yeah.
Give her a break. Like, and not only that, like, she's not even anyone's target. It's not like she's Keanu and she can do this whole, like, showman thing where he's like, y'all are trying to get me out and I keep staying and I'm winning the vetoes and blah, blah. Like, she's still... Just like, I guess if there's no one else to target, we can all target Kelly. And I'm like, cut her a break. Like, I want her to have, like, a redemption arc so bad of, like, being that, like, perpetual pawn. And I want her to, like, she clearly can win the competitions. I want her to reclaim her game.
What if she won? That'd be crazy.
Like, I could see it. That Taylor Hale, that was sort of her story, too. Like, it was a little... different, but she was on the block the first like 6 or 7 weeks. Like, she kept going on, getting off, and then she ended up winning, and now she's like the face of Big Brother. So it could happen, and I hope that she has a redemption arc because I feel bad.
Yeah.
On her birthday. So sad.
Oh my gosh, she kept bringing up the birthday.
I know.
That's an ick for me.
It is an ick because you are a grown adult, so therefore you should not care about your birthday. Whatever.
No, it's not that you shouldn't care about your birthday, but I think it's weird, like, to keep talking about it. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, but that you actually reminded me of something that I wanted to say. I made a note of it. She and Keanu must be so annoying because from what we see in like the little snippets, like Keanu seems so nice and Kelly seems like just sort of a quirky, funny girl.
Yeah.
But everyone is like, it's time for them to go. Like, they've got to get out of here. Like, it's their week. Like, people keep saying that about her.
I think people are saying it about Keanu because he did that whole, like, show of being like, I'm going to pick you off one by one. And so he's, like, an easy person to put up. But, like, Kelly, I'm like...
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and Keanu would be saying stuff when he popped off.
He do be saying stuff.
And Ava popped off right back. She said, just because I look like this, you think you can say whatever you want to me? And everyone's like...
I will say, like, he was being really sassy, but, like...
He said, I believe you have a prompt.
Yeah, that was savage.
She said, what?
She said, don't you fucking dare. I'm like, she's a New Yorker, so you gotta chill out, like, with that. But...
Honestly, that's something that I would accidentally say when I was, like, hyped up.
Same. Or if I feel like everyone's against me and I win and get myself off.
And
I would
everyone's
be like,
silent.
No one is cheering.
Yeah. I kind of feel like he was valid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I actually don't think it was that, like... I love calling out a man when he's disrespecting a woman. I don't think that was the case in this situation. No. I think this was literally him being so amped up because he just took himself off the block for the 4th time.
And everyone was
everyone is dead silent. And so he's like, yeah, go ahead.
I believe you have a prompt.
I would have said it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could see myself saying
it. Yeah. Keanu, like...
And then he was, like, crying, and she was like, I don't know why he's crying. And I'm like, I don't know, like... It's so
maybe because he's, like, getting bullied.
Yeah, because everyone hates him and keeps trying to get him out of the house.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. Okay, one other thing about that we should talk about before we move on is Vince's ability to... Because Mickey was going to put up Vince, and instead she decided to put up her own ally, Jimmy. Like, that was kind of, like, really good play.
It was. Vince kind of ate that up in the sense of planting the seed of doubt, and I think he threw Jimmy under the bus in a way that was very nuanced, because I think if you would have went to Mickey and been like, hey, like, did you know Jimmy is making plans with other people?
So subtle.
She would have been like, he's just trying to save himself, like, I don't buy it, blah, blah, but he did it in such a way that she believed it and then proceeded to fact check it with all of these other people who...
He literally was like, oh, and you know how, like...
You know.
He's working with Keanu now.
He's really, like, he's friends with Keanu.
Yeah. Like, instead of being like, there's something that I should be bringing to your attention, which is that Jimmy is playing both sides
I know,
of the house.
you have to put someone else on the block, and I just wanted to bring this... Like, she would have been like, screw you, Vince.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
He didn't.
And I thought that was extremely savvy. But I will say Vince, and we'll get to this week, because there's one happening actually right now, but there has been an episode also this week, And I feel like Vince is, like, not doing that well this week from a strategic standpoint. He's doing his best, but I don't think it's landing quite like he's intending it to. But, Joel, do you want to do a quick update on this week?
Yeah, so then this week, Ava ended up winning the head of household.
In the most nonchalant way ever, considering she barely participated and essentially won by, like, default.
By default, because she only did one round.
Yeah.
And she just guessed.
And she won because the other guy got it wrong. Like, she didn't even, like, guess.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she ended up nominating Keanu, shocker. Zach.
And Vince.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm going to start that whole sentence. I forgot that she nominated Zach.
Mm-hmm. Because she was going to nominate Ashley, and then because she thinks that Ashley is annoying, it appears. That's her reasoning. And Mickey...
So I think everyone does.
Yes, it seems like nobody really likes Ashley either, but Mickey and Will, who are, like, her main two, like, alliance... Besides Cliff. Well, no.
Will.
Yeah, but Cliff doesn't even appear to care about Ashley either, because it seems like he's very close with Ava and Mickey, and they sort of have, like, a sub thing going on.
Yeah.
Because
But he likes Ashley, though, because he thinks she's, like, genuine.
Yeah. But,
she can be genuinely annoying.
Sure. But yeah, Mickey and Will, like, went to her being like, we think that Ashley's a number for us. You should put up Zach because he's, like, sort of alongside Vince, like, the ringleaders of, like, the other side of the house. And so she puts up Zach instead.
Yeah. After promising him to his face,
yes.
I'm not going to put you up, you're safe. Kind of tea.
I feel like Vince, and I think he last week did such good strategic play, as we've talked about. I think this week, he's, like, gone to Rachel and Will because he knows those are close allies of Ava, being, like, doing sort of this, like, teary, like...
I forgot about this.
This, like, crocodile tears, like...
Why is he weeping like that?
Like, such a, like... I'm just, like, an anxious person. Also... And he's thinking that he's, like, laying it on thick. Doing something. And then it, like, cuts to both Will and Rachel in the diary rooms, and they're like, what is going on? Like, what is he doing?
I believe
like, why is he crying?
I think Will said it best in his, like, diary room video. He said, boy, what the hell?
Like, literally. I was like, Vince, this is not landing the way you think it is.
He just needs to be doing a little bit less.
Yeah. The thing is, like, he has the potential to be an extremely good Big Brother player. I fear that he's going to have the trajectory of, like, a Tyler C, where he's doing too much, and he will make it far, but, like, nobody's going to want to vote for him in the jury because he's, like, done too much, and he's potentially made too many enemies. It seems like he's close with everyone in the house, which, like, is good, but then you have to start voting out people that you're allegedly best friends with, and I could see that trajectory. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for him. But I was actually cracking up at the three of them on the block because I was like, this is a knock-knock joke of unemployed guy in his mom's basement, a Savannah banana, and a professional Dungeons and Dragons player walk into a bar. That's the three people on the block right now.
That is the knock-knock joke. Is he actually a Savannah banana?
Like, he didn't say that, but he's like, he used to be, like, a professional baseball player. And, like, on Instagram, everyone is, like, saying he's a Savannah banana.
Which I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got, like, the look.
100%. You could see him doing, like, a TikTok dance with his shirt off. And then, like, hitting a double.
Yeah. What a fun job.
I know. I wish that existed in, like,
other
for
sports.
women.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all we had to say on our notes.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll probably talk more about Big Brother. We'll do a little Joe Bros recap.
Yes.
Whatever else.
I'm about halfway through a book that is seeming to be very tea, so I'll probably do a recap on that. It's right there. The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah P. Cannon. So maybe we'll talk about this next week.
I also am going to be on a plane this weekend, and I have plans to read a book called Station 11, which is also a show on HBO or something. And I watched the first couple episodes of the show, so maybe I can do a little talk about that as well.
And I'm also slated to finish Project One Way, so we have a lot on the docket for next week. So be sure to tune in, and if you have made it this far in the podcast, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, Jack.
Or brother, if you're listening, Jack, we love you so
you.
much. And if anyone else is, then we love you too. You are now also an honorary member of our family.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.